Hey guys, Scott here. Today I had a debate with someone who made a video about me being one of the worst DBD YouTubers on the planet. That was the first time I saw their content, and as I saw their previous videos, they mentioned me in pretty much every single video, shitting on me every single time, every discussion, every post, every debate, every stream they make, every single time they speak, they are just shit-talking me in some way. So I figured, okay, let's talk to this person and see what the hell's going on here. So in his video, he said a bunch of stuff about me that he just lied and made up. So in this video, you'll see me disprove him a lot, and it doesn't look super good for him. And honestly, it went so well for me by the end of it, he was actually apologizing to me, which I did not expect. Honestly, that's pretty mature of him. I really thought he was going to double down and just be, because he is a fucking asshole. He's a self-admitted asshole. So I thought he was going to do that, but he actually conceded so much that he apologized to me. So here's the entire debate. I didn't want to cut any of it because he's very paranoid about cutting things and making them look like I'm trying to paint him in a different way. So this is the entire thing unedited. It's very long. It starts off very painful, but I think we have some pretty good discussions here. And if you want to see me discussing things with somebody that very clearly is a hater of mine and convert him into almost someone that might like me, well, then this is the video for you. Just for the record, this YouTuber's name is River Siver. I'm saying this because it is physically impossible for me to prevent people from finding his channel. Someone will comment when I'm in bed and I can't delete it in time. There's just no point. I'm not going to pretend to live in a world where I cannot, you can't find out who he is. So that's his name. All I can say to you is do not go there. If you go there and say, Scott owned you, all that does is just make me look worse. And there's just no reason to do that. Better reason, you shouldn't give him any money. You shouldn't give him any ad revenue. You should give him not a single cent, a single view, a single bit of notoriety, a single anything. And now I have to update Windows. So please do not go there. I'm just telling you his name because if I just tell you it, it's like you're not going to have that incessant need to try to find it, and then you're just gonna go and just do crazy shit. I'm just giving you the information up front. Don't be a fucking idiot. Don't harass anybody. All it does is make me worse and support a guy who's just being a dick. So here's the debate we had, and thanks for watching. Hello.
What's up, man?
How's it going?
So, do you have like a plan or something? Like, is this real?
Yes. Yeah. Don't worry. I'm not gonna let it be one of the previous debates you had where it just goes into fucking psycho circle shit where nothing actually happens. I got a little, just watch your video, jotted down a couple of points. We're going to talk about the points. Simple as that. Sound good?
Okay. I'm not even talking about that. I'm saying, like, are you just going to pull some, like, insecure bullshit, like having your roommate spooks come in, like, halfway through or something? Because that sounds like something you would do. Because you really fucking want this for some reason. I feel like it's going to be like, oh, man, I owned him. Look at this, you know? Like, I feel there's going to be something like that. But, like, what do you actually want to talk about?
Okay, are you done? Can we start?
Sure. Yeah. What do you want to talk about?
Okay, so you made that video about the worst DBD YouTubers, and I was lucky enough to be second on that list. Thank you, by the way. And I just wanted to go over some things that you said in it, and you kind of mentioned me a lot in everything, every post, every video, every debate, every discussion. You talk about me quite a bit, so I figured you might want to say something to me because you seem to not ever stop talking about me, but if you don't have anything to say, that's fine. I can handle
I have stuff to say. I mean, you
Okay.
you know what I like. You know what I have to say. I mean, it's just I just think your content's like shit. Like,
Sure, yeah.
That's pretty much all. I mean,
Hey, that's fair. Look,
you said it you said it yourself that you want to be a React Andy or something, right? Like,
that's the dream. Yep.
You really want it to be like this? Like, you want to keep doing this for all eternity? Like this man in a chair content where you don't script it and don't have a thumbnail and don't do anything? Like,
if I can make a living putting as little effort as possible into something, then yes, sounds like the absolute dream job. Does it not? You don't really do much and you get to make a living. Why would you not take that job?
do you not feel like it's kind of like lowering the expectations of the community a lot, though?
Lowering the expectations. Okay, well, that's one of the topics that I think we can go over here. Lowering the expectations. So, like, I think in the video, you said something like, I have a negative impact over the community overall. Can you elaborate what you mean by that?
I truly believe that. Like, I feel like making, most critical style, like men in a chair style content just makes other people not want to try. It's like, oh, this guy, is AFK every day getting 50k views on each video by not doing anything and not having anything interesting to say. And it's like, why would I give a shit, Like
Okay.
a lot of like I feel like people just don't want to bother because you are like one of the biggest creators in the community. I think. I mean, technically, right? Based on sheer numbers, you are.
I don't know. I wouldn't consider myself among the biggest. I'd say that's more like the aughts hens level. I'd say I'm above average, but I don't really think that point matters too much.
I think Hens is like less subs than you, right? You have like 200,000.
No, he gets
I guess
way more views than me. It's not based on subs. It's based on views. He has pure Dead by
Okay.
Daylight subscribers. I have split
But you
between
just
souls.
like, but you're like quantity over quality. Like you shit out videos like every other day, so of course you're gonna get less views on each one because
Yeah, well, that's
when
fair.
people see a Hens video, they know it's gonna be like something actually worth watching.
Right, but I mean, he gets more viewers on Twitch. Overall, he's just bigger. But the point is, I understand what you're saying, but the whole thing you're trying to say is that you're scared like of me, I guess, inspiring other content creators in this community to also make low effort, just podcast, moist critical level shit, right?
Yeah, I mean, but do you even like believe in it though? Like,
What do you mean?
actually are you proud of what you make? Like, do you even believe in your own content? Because you literally said you're like, if I could just make garbage and get rewarded for it, why would I stop? You know? Like,
Oh.
I get it. I get the same thing with Most Critical. I honestly blame your fans more than you.
Okay.
For perpetuating it. The complacency is the problem for me.
So I want to bring up the whole. How is this hurting the community though? It sounds like you kind of have an issue with like my views of myself, but what does it have to do with my negative impact on the community itself? How am I making the community worse, rather?
I genuinely. Are you asking about? Because I just asked. Like, do you believe in it? Because that's completely different. I've already described that. I feel like you're just lowering the expectations by making this type of like just easy to watch like brain dead content.
Yeah, I'm not. Help me understand what that means. Lowering expectations. What expectations do people have in the community for videos?
I mean, people see like other creators. Like I guess Otz, for example, is a good example where he makes some slop, but most of his content is pretty high effort, high quality.
Sure,
stuff.
I agree.
Like. So it's like he's a good example of maybe the type of content that would be better to have in the community, but your types of videos are so spammed, like everyone just always gets them in their sub feed constantly, and it's like, why would I care when this guy's just doing this,
Well, you get them in your sub feed if you're subscribed to me. If they didn't like the videos, they would unsubscribe to me. That doesn't make any sense.
I'm not subscribed to you, and I get them all the fucking time.
Well, that's because you watch all my stuff, and it's part of the algorithm now. So yeah, you're an honorary subscriber.
I don't even watch your stuff that often. You just always get them, like always.
I don't know, man. I'd say your video where you were like mocking which was actually pretty funny, by the way, the video you made, you had my mannerisms down pretty good. That's not someone that just occasionally glances at me. That's someone who's kind of studied how I talk. So I think you're selling yourself a little short here.
What do you mean your mannerisms?
You had like your mannerisms when you were like pretending to be me in that video, like little things that you said. It was funny. You were like, you were genuinely kind of acting like me, which means you have to watch me at least a little bit to pick up on those things.
I'm familiar. It's just I try to avoid watching it. Just that's all I can do is avoid watching
it. Okay, well,
it's not going to make a difference.
You can just hit not interested in this video, by the way, and it won't show you stuff from me again. It's pretty easy to avoid that. But the whole point is, you seem to be like, I feel like you think you're the arbiter of what the community deserves. Like you always say, the community deserves better than, my just very boring, low effort videos, right? Would you agree with that?
I mean, I don't think I'm like the be all end all. It's just my opinion.
Okay, but you are saying the community deserves better, which is a bit of a grandstanding point because you are insinuating you know what the community wants more than they do. If you say a statement like that, that's actually what you're saying.
I've never said that I know better than the community. Just like, how do you think that's grandstanding?
Well, then how are you able to determine what is better? For example, if someone really likes low effort podcast style content and they're watching my videos and you don't like that that's happening, you would go to them and say, no, hey, let me give you something better. And they would go, this is what I want. Like, how are you telling me what's better here?
Okay, I kind of get that, but for me, it's just I feel like effort should equal quality, especially like
not true.
Effort, not quality. Effort should equal success in general.
Yeah, but just because you put a lot of effort into something doesn't mean it's good, and just because you put zero effort in doesn't mean it's bad. Like, for example, that first DBD video you made where you're just holding streamers hostage, you put a decent amount of effort in editing into that video, and I think even you'll agree that video is dog shit, so it's not necessarily related to how much effort you're putting in. Some people just naturally are able to succeed with low effort, and some people put in all the effort in the world and aren't able to succeed. Those things are not always related.
I mean, that video is dog shit, but it's just stupid. Like, it's nothing to be taken seriously.
Sure, that's fine, but I'm just talking about a comparison of, the quality of the video and the effort you put in. I'm just showing that those things are not always correlated. You know what I mean?
I get it. Like, there's it doesn't always correlate. I feel like it should though in general. I mean,
Sure.
I've always kind of had this opinion on YouTube in general.
In a just world, it probably would, but that's just not how life is. That's just not how the world works. Some people with zero talent, like me, are able to succeed doing the bare minimum of things. It just happens.
Did you really just said you have zero talent? You really just admitted that?
Dude, I self-deprecate all the time. That's like half my shtick. If you've ever watched me play the game, I'm saying I suck ass like half the game. This is not like a big gotcha on me. I am very self-deprecating. I love that kind of humor.
I'm not saying it's a gotcha. I'm just saying, like, you really think, like, you're really okay with, like, you just said you have no talent. Like,
so let me reiterate. I put okay. Let me reiterate. I will actually extend an olive branch to you here and say, look, if your video just started off and said, I don't like Scott John because his videos are very low effort and they're boring, and then you just ended it there, I'd be like, fuck yeah, he kind of right. Man's kind of spitting. And I'd be like, okay, well, that's the end of that. Unfortunately, you ranted on for like 7 more minutes with a bunch of stuff we're going to get into here. But if that's all you said, I don't think I disagree with you, man. I'm primarily a streamer. I don't really put that much effort into YouTube, and I don't pretend that I do. So I'm not sure where you're coming at with that. Like, I'm thinking I'm doing something more than I am. I know what I make. It's very low effort, but for some reason, people really enjoy watching it. I don't know why, they just do. So why stop making...
People like shit in general. I mean, the
Sure.
highest grossing movies are like Marvel movies and,
Sure.
other objectively recycled trash.
Sure.
Is just what people like.
I agree.
So, can you, like, you never have, like, any interesting opinions either, though. You just go with the grain, like, almost every time. But you've never got, like, when was the last time you got in trouble for an opinion? Because you just always...
3 days ago from my Night Rain video?
Okay, yeah. To be fair, that's different, though, in DBD.
Okay, like a week ago past that, I had the video saying that haystacking should actually be removed. That pissed off a lot of killers. Before that, I had a video about syringes being nerfed. That actually pissed a lot of people off. I had a video saying that lag actually harms killer just as much as survivor, which pissed a lot of survivors off. That was just in the past month, by the way. So your whole claim that I'm a yes man, I can prove wrong in just the last month alone. So I don't know what the hell videos you're watching.
I mean, like, actual, like, legitimate criticism that's not just, like, the occasional comment, because your videos still are just, like, circle jerked around the entire community. Like, I almost never see you get any sort of criticism, because you always have just the most, like, milquetoast takes ever.
I get criticism. I just gave you 4 examples of videos where there's people shit-talking me in the comments.
People are always gonna... People shit-talk out Darva, too. Like, people
Sure.
shit-talk everyone. It doesn't... Like, I mean, like, actual, like, I guess an example is Spook and Jukes, his whole Ghoul thing, where he was like, this PTV sucks, and he actually got, like, people on Twitter, like, ratioing him or whatever, Like, that's an example of him actually having a quote-unquote hot take that people didn't agree with, and he actually got in trouble for that.
That wasn't really a hot take. He just had a really rough experience on the PTV with bugs, and then people on Twitter misinterpreted that as him bitching about the entire chapter.
So you think it was just a misinterpretation?
Yeah, that's what Twitter does. Twitter sucks.
Okay, I mean, fair. But, like, still, I like it. Like, okay, the people complaining about, like, syringes and something, that's like 5% of, like, the people who watch the video, maybe.
Not based on the comments, it isn't. You know how many survivors I pissed off? You know how many people I pissed off with just a simple thing like that I think syringes should be nerfed? People get violent about this stuff. You should know how much bigger the survivor base is, and when you attack things that affect them like that, they absolutely get pissed at you. Again, I can show you dozens and dozens of examples of me pissing people off with the things that I have said. So I don't really feel like this is a strong point from you. If you want, I can go through the past year and we can find 20, 30 videos easily of me doing that. So do you want me to sit here and do this right now? I've already given you 4.
I guess I get it. It's just like the whole syringe thing is like from hens. Like, that's not even your take either.
No, I've had that take ever since they nerfed the green medkits. That's been like 2 years ago. I've consistently had that take.
Syringes are problematic.
Yeah, I still think syringes are way too good. They should only...
Well, yeah, obviously.
Yeah, I think syringes should only be able to gain their, like, speed while you're not being chased. That way you can use it, like, on a generator, and it's still really powerful because it saves time, and you're not spending time healing, but you can't just use it in a killer's face, make some distance with W, and then full heal and chase, because that's just fucking stupid. So, yeah, that pissed a lot of people off.
The whole talking about stuff in chase, though, we're just like, it's like Moonwalk Legion. Like, the chase mechanic has always been kind of fucked up in DBD.
Sure. I mean, yeah, I'm just trying to think of something better, but
We're getting sidetracked. Though.
Yeah. The whole point is, like, can you admit that even with these very recent examples, I can't be really seen as a yes man?
I have to do more research into it myself, because you're saying the occasional comment. It's like, sure, you're going to get like disagreements here and there.
I mean, you can compare like and dislike ratios. You can see on videos of those they have, 10-15% less. It's there. You can just see the stuff, man. I figured you would have done the research because, after the whole thing with spooks, I thought you wouldn't come into this without research done again. But all right. So I have plenty of examples. I can keep doing them, but I feel like
you saying I didn't do research over just like ratios on random videos you just brought up now? Like, I don't have time to look at that. You just brought them up.
No, but
I'm just saying you're a yes man because a majority of your content is just like going by the grain.
And it's just
I honestly believe that.
Okay, but you're wrong. I don't know how to further help you with what you believe. You are simply incorrect, and I can just show you. Yes, occasionally I do have takes that are with the grain, because that's just how opinions go. Sometimes you agree with people and sometimes you don't. If you constantly have opinions that are always directly, contrary to what people are saying, that doesn't make you smart or intellectual. It just makes you a contrarian edgelord. That's not
Unless
good.
You have a way of backing them up, which I usually do.
I'm not even talking about you. I'm just saying in general, people tend to hate when people do that shit because it's not even a good personality trait to just consistently only have a negative take. Yes, so occasionally I do have takes that agree with people, and occasionally I have takes that don't agree with people, and everything in between. There's no actual pattern here, so your claim that I'm a yes man has absolutely no basis in reality. Can we move on from...
You don't think you... Okay, well, just a little bit more. You don't think you pander, like, at all? Like, no. I remember when Ghoul came out, for example, your name was, like, sorry for Ghoul, or you're like, God, guys, I feel really bad for playing Ghoul, I feel really bad about it, like, it's...
I did. I still do. Well, no, not anymore. He's a lot more fair now. But no, PTB Ghoul, yeah, no, legit. Felt actually guilty playing him.
You feel guilty for that? Like, you're just playing a killer that you like?
Yes, actually, genuinely, because the amount of counterplay that the survivors had on the PTB was almost non-existent to the point where I felt like I was playing a single-player game. And it was just, it's not enjoyable when I feel like there's nothing they can do to stop me. It's like if you're a master nurse. Go on.
Okay, but you say that, and then you have a video where it's like, this is why Blight is the best designed killer in the game. It's like, okay.
Oh, sure, yeah, that was like 70 versions ago of Blight, like when he was first released, and was vastly, vastly different than he is now. That is such
an... long ago?
It was like at least 4 years ago, at least that video was.
Blight's only gotten weaker.
Yeah.
He's only gotten weaker over time.
Well...
he was even more broken back then.
That's not true at all. Actually, when he was released and on the PTB,
well, I know he had his POV was really low and he was kind of buggy. But are you talking about that? Like, that's when it was?
That's when I made that video that you're talking about. So yeah, that video was that old. That video was literally that old.
I swear I did research and that was not the case. That was peak like every Blight running Compound 33 Alkring that type of shit.
No, man, I make those impression videos every time there's a PTB and every time it comes out on live, and that's what that was. So.
Really?
Maybe, yeah.
You don't mind if I just quickly
no,
look at it?
Please do, please do.
Maybe I was genuinely wrong.
Yep, go for it.
But keep going. I can still pay attention. It's just
okay. Well,
3 years ago, didn't Blight come out in 2020?
I think it was 3 or 4 years ago.
December. It's December 15th, 2021.
Is when he came out.
Blight. No, that's when the video came out. Blight came out at least a year before that. This is when Blight was already ironed out. This is when every Blight was running the same bullshit and SBMM was in the game, so it's every match was a Blight.
Okay.
You made this video nearly 2022 is when you made this video.
Okay, can you link me that? I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Here. This is an example of, I feel so bad for playing Kaneki, but Blight is fine. Because Blight, it's cool to hate Kaneki because he's new, but Blight is everyone one-tricks Blight, so it's you just have to you have to say that you like him. December 15th, 2021.
Trying to see looping. I'm trying to find any example of Alkring or Compound 33 or...
No, I'm not saying you were running it. I'm just saying every Blight at that time was...
No. No, because if I saw those things when I made this video, then I would be complaining about them, you know what I mean? Because those things are fucking stupid, just wildly overpowered. Or, rather, they used to be.
Yeah, Blight came out. You said it was right when Blight came out. He came out on September 8th, 2020. It was over a year, far over a year after he came out. This is when Blight was at his peak, where he had all his bullshit and like hug text and all sorts of garbage, and you're still like praising him because everyone wanted to show off, their sick text and shit.
Yeah.
It's just like.
Yeah, I mean, I'd have to go back and sit here and rewatch the entire video. It's 4 years old now, so I don't know what I said in this. If you want, I'll sit here and rewatch it and try to justify what we're even talking about right now. But
I don't know. It's
going to take 11 minutes.
It's just an example. It's just an example of like, Blight good, Kaneki bad, because like the community says Kaneki bad, even though it's like your favorite killer. I mean, you were always like, blah blah blah. I want a grappling hook killer, and then when he comes out, it's like, oh shit, everyone hates him. I better say I'm sorry for Ghoul or whatever. Yeah.
Like,
Blight is like, everyone loves Blight, even though he's like way more broken than Kaneki. But
sure.
So you just have to say he's like the best killer in the game.
I mean, I'll say in my defense, I would rather go against a current Blight over a Ghoul anytime. Although again, they did nerf Ghoul a lot more, so he's I think way more manageable now. But also in those discussions there, I was also talking about buffing him too. And I feel like it's kind of unfair to not mention that I'm kind of tackling things on both sides. I wanted the targeting reticle to be smaller so we could actually land next to people. And for some reason, people interpreted that as a buff or as a nerf for some reason, but that would absolutely buff the shit out of the top end.
They did do that.
Yeah, so
I remember playing him on launch and aiming like at the sky, and you still locked.
Yeah, it was incredibly frustrating. So they actually buffed him, and that's one of the things I wanted buffed. So yeah, I did want some things nerfed. I thought his range was utterly absurd. Like the grab range was like halfway across the fucking map, and I think that was ridiculous. But I also wanted some aspects buffed. I think my take was relatively balanced there, but the original version of it, yeah, I mean, I did feel pretty guilty going against my viewers in custom games because that's all we could do on the PTB. Because yeah, I felt like they really couldn't do that much. But I don't even what point we're talking about right now.
It's just, you don't think like sort of the name Sorry for Ghoul is like vying for like approval in any sort of way at all? It just seems a little bit pandery, like
approval from like the players that I'm going against.
Just like everyone, like the players you're going against, because a majority of the players in this game are survivor mains. Like that's kind of how it is. I mean,
sure.
You should know that more than anyone, as someone who just the second you say syringe bad, you get backlash, as you say.
Yeah,
so
I got you.
It's like having something like that where it's just like Sorry for Ghoul when you're playing Ghoul is like that's gonna make them like you more, even though it's just kind of like
okay. Hey, you know what?
Pandery a little bit.
Sure. If that's a criticism you're having, that it panders to people to make them like me a bit more, that's fine. Is that really that big of a dig at me, though?
It's not. No, it's just I just think it kind of says something about you. Like it just.
What does it say?
It's sort of the way. It just says that you're kind of disingenuous. Like you're playing what still is maybe your favorite killer. And you're like, oh, I'm sorry, guys. I just feel bad. I feel bad for playing him, guys. It's just kind of like.
That's really consistent, though. It's very consistent with how I play the game for 8 years straight. I don't camp or tunnel or do any of that stuff because I find it more enjoyable to have more people able to play the game at, as much as possible. Now, I still try to win. I still want to win. So when it comes down to it, if I'm getting down to like one gen left, yeah, I will start getting a little campy and tunneling and stuff like that because I still prefer winning. But I do feel like there's a large problem in the community where people just do not give a single fuck about the other side's potential fun. And I'm not saying you have to prioritize their fun, but some people don't even consider it. They just think they're just these immobile, just amorphous blobs that have no emotions whatsoever. And so I just try to be a little nicer than average. I don't think that's a crazy bad thing to try to do. But if you're going to try to paint that as a negative thing, then that's fine. We can just agree to disagree on that point.
So are you one of these like play for my fun types?
I play for my fun primarily, and if I am able to win, I will dictate how hard I'm trying based on the resistance I'm currently getting. Like if they burn a Bat and Preskull offering and I'm playing fucking Trapper, there's no mercy. I will be as much of a piece of shit as possible.
That's kind of how I play too, actually. Like if I would love nothing more than to like 12 hook every match.
Yeah,
so that's just how I like to play. But
that's how I try to do too.
Yeah, okay, I get it. Like. Because I like playing like that too, not for their fun, but just because that's just genuinely how I like to play. You get more points, you get more interactions.
Yeah, the game, more things happen. Yes, so
that's how it should be. That's how the game should be balanced, anyways.
Yeah,
so,
I mean, I agree, but can I also accuse you of being a little pandering? Then shouldn't you just be trying as hard as possible to kill him? You're being a bit nicer than you need to be. I know you're not pandering. I'm just saying I'm trying to do the same argument against you.
I mean,
here.
I'm not. Like, are you the type to say like sorry for tunneling in endgame chat or something?
If I have to do it in a pretty scummy way, yeah, I'll say GG, sorry about that, and then move on. Takes half a second, might make him slightly less upset. What's the downside?
Okay, I don't know. It's not really that important. It's just kind of.
Okay. All right. Let's move on to the actual topics in the video here. So
Yeah, you still have a lot you want to talk about. So
Yep.
okay.
Yep. So the yes man thing we went over. The next thing I wanted to go over is your word for word. You say, I complain about my easy as fuck job where I don't have to move or think. And I just want to ask, where have I ever complained about my job?
I mean, you're always like kind of complaining on stream. I don't watch your streams very often, but a lot of the time when you're playing killer and shit, you're just complaining, and you're like complaining about the devs, complaining about the game, complaining about like all this shit. It's like, I get it. I get complaining about like the game and everything, but it's like you realize that these people like, I'm not going to be like, you know, leave multi-billion-dollar whatever like company alone type shit, but like it's just like, because I think the devs do stupid shit too. I mean, I just criticized Springtrap in a video and that pissed like 30,000 people off. So it's just like, that's an example, but it's just like you just complain constantly about like shit that the devs do when you've like never done anything in your life. It's just like you tear into them over and over again at home in your pajamas, and it's just like, it just seems like really like these people like make the thing that you're the only thing that you're good at, the only thing that you're talented, like the only thing that you know how to do, that they make it, and you're just like constantly tearing into them with bullshit, you know?
Do I do that a lot? Do I constantly tear into the devs?
I mean, it seems like most, like I remember back in the day you called them petty for removing Dowsy's like Twitch shirts. Just like made a whole video on that. When I mean, he was just like shit talking them a lot, just like advertising like VHS over them and all that shit. Like I feel like that's like kind of your personality, is just like shit talking the devs a lot, and they deserve it sometimes, but it's like I feel like it just, there's no gratefulness at all. The fact that you're just able to like AFK in your room all day, it's like
I don't. That's got to be maybe 0.5% of my videos, where occasionally a dev does something like outwardly obnoxious, like, you know, Almo talking about like, you know, basically fuck your colorblind settings. Yeah, there are scenarios where a dev does something specifically, and I will, you know, call out one in particular for doing something like that. But I really don't think that I go over it, the devs like specifically. Like I'll say it's crazy how they haven't done the audio equalization yet after 5 years or whatever, 4 years. I don't think that's an unreasonable or aggressive or ungrateful take.
That's not you complaining about your job. I'm talking about like just sort of the bitterness that you have sometimes when it's like, I mean, how many homeless people I walk by who'd be like, oh, I'd love to just sit AFK in a room in sweatpants for 8 hours a day and get paid.
Sure, but I think, okay, so the problem you're having here is you're assuming my job is to play Dead by Daylight. That's not my job. So
What's
I've never.
Your job?
My job is to stream. If my job was to play Dead by Daylight, I could launch DBD without streaming it and earn money. Therefore, it is not my job. So I'm never complaining about my job. I'm complaining about getting fucking Larry's on Singularity or something. That's not me complaining about my job. I am incredibly grateful for my job. I've even made videos showing my history, how I got here, and how grateful I am for my job. So you coming out and saying that I complain about my easy as fuck job and attributing that to me, like complaining about a map I get or something, you obviously know you've just compared two wildly different things, and it's bullshit, right?
Where are you getting this idea that I complained it or I compared it to a map? Like what?
Because you're saying, yeah, let me explain. So you are saying that my complaints during streams or videos or things like that are about my job, about me having to stream things to entertain people, when I am talking about the game that I am currently playing. You understand those are different things, right? I just streamed Night Rain for an entire week. That I wasn't playing DBD. So again, DBD is not my job. You're equating two different things and trying to act like my job is playing Dead by Daylight when it's not.
Related though. I mean, it
sure.
basically is. Like you wouldn't be known if it wasn't for Dead by Daylight at this point.
Well, I would be known for Souls, but
yeah, that's not true. But still,
the whole point is I'm not complaining about the act of streaming. I'm not complaining about the act of sitting here in my pajamas. Yes, it's a wonderful, amazing job. I never, ever, a single time in my life have complained about that. I will complain about sometimes things in the game, as every single DBD player ever does. I mean, if your logic here is that if you complain about DBD while streaming it is complaining about your job, then every single DBD streamer and content creator on the planet is guilty of complaining about their job. Would you say that?
No, I never said that. I said...
But that's what you're insinuating.
I'm not insinuating that. By me saying I'm complaining about your easy as fuck job, I'm complaining about... Or I'm talking about how you complain about just like... Not the game while you're playing it. Like, oh, I got, you know, Larry's a Singularity or whatever. I'm not talking about that. I'm just talking about like you talking about like the devs and shit over and over again, and just like making all these videos being, like, oh, fuck this game, like all this shit,
Yeah, but
like,
I very rarely do that. I'm gonna need to see some examples of what you're talking about, at least in the past 6 months, because I just don't really do that. Again, every once in a while it will happen, but it's the vast minority of my videos, so I don't. You're gonna have to show me examples to provide, like, I don't understand what you're saying here.
Well, I didn't know you were gonna bring this up, so I don't have anything off the top, but like, it's
okay. Well, then you're forced to rescind it then until you can actually prove it. So can we move on to the next?
Sure, I guess so. Like, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't know you were gonna bring this up as something, so I don't have anything.
The next part, you said the community deserves better. We kind of already touched that, so let's just skip that part now.
What even is your rebuttal to that? Though, like, just like you just think, like, let people enjoy things, kind of stuff, or what?
What do you mean? The community deserves better part?
Yeah, like what even is your rebuttal to that?
Oh, sure. So I think you just fail to acknowledge some people actually enjoy low energy, boring discussions. That's just, for some reason, people like that. And implying that they deserve better than the thing they want makes no sense. And that's why I said it's grandstanding, because you're kind of pretending you know what they want more than they do. It's got a like smug attitude about it. And people really don't like being told that they need to go enjoy something else when they're perfectly content enjoying what you would call my slop.
I mean, if you feed someone junk food for their entire life, they're going to get fat.
Okay.
If you feed someone slop content, they're not going to know what good content is. Like, it's for their own good at this point.
Again, though, what is the negative ramification? Are you worried about it, like, spreading in the community as a plague? There's going to be a bunch of Scott Jun clones making low-effort videos?
There already kind of are. There's, like, Mr. Headache and shit, like other people who make very similar content.
Name three.
Name three Scott Juns?
Sure.
Like, man in a chair? Like,
no effort, man in a chair talking. That's it.
Okay, Mr. Headache is one. There's ones that are, like, basically just gameplay of just, like, a recent match with no... I mean,
okay,
basically, you have gameplay playing, but it's just, like, them talking with no editing at all. There's so many. It's, like, that's actually, like, half of what DVD content is. Like, half of DVD... actually, okay, now, half of DVD content is, like, this Dracula add-on destroys survivors, and it's, like, the exit gate...
That's what I see most of, yeah.
Yeah, that's, like, basically, that's the aughts effect. That's nothing to do with you. You don't really do stuff like that, but... Most discussion videos in DVD are basically taking after you at this point, because you're the most popular kind of discussion channel. Again,
who? I need you to show me this, because I'm not seeing this plague of Scott Jun copiers that you're seeing, so you need to show me.
Okay, I mean, this is another thing I hear. Let me, you want me to just go to, like, DVD YouTube and just try to find... Because I'm just talking about, like... Okay, let me go to DVD YouTube right now.
Sure.
I can screen share if you want.
Yeah, go for it, man.
Okay, so... Because this is what I'm talking about with, like, the effect of this content, kind of. Okay, so, what if I just, like, what if I just sign out and go to a new channel and just see what I see?
Okay.
So here, let me actually drag this off screen. I'll just, like, sign out of all accounts. So I just want to see what it looks like from, like, a fresh perspective.
Sure.
Okay, see, it's getting all sorts of garbage, so it's, like, Dead by Daylight discussion.
Okay, well, you're already rigging it by saying discussion. Of course it's going to bring up people discussing things then.
Okay, well, I'm talking about discuss. I'm not talking about, like, this Pyramid Head add-on lets you kill people in real life videos.
Yeah, fine. Fine. I'll let you even type discussion. Find me Scott clones.
Well, here we have not Jojo Kaiser. Here we have one. Man in a chair, talking with an entire... Just talking, no editing, talking, no editing.
Okay, Jojo was one.
About tunneling.
You successfully named one.
Like, this is exactly what you do. Okay, so then we have...
I agree. He's similar to me.
Another tunneling. I'm not very familiar with this guy. Let's see. Okay, this one doesn't look too... I mean, it's just talking with gameplay.
That's not like me at all.
Yeah, no, this isn't it. This doesn't count. Yeah, okay.
Hey, it's me.
What's up? Okay, this guy doesn't seem too big. Hey, it's me.
Me too.
Okay, that's Kaiser again. Well, one of them is Mr. Headache. He actually looks like Moist Critical. This guy. He actually looks like Moist Critical. This is Man in a Chair content at its finest.
Okay.
This is literally like... This is just you, but flipped. Like, the gameplay's on the left instead of the right.
Fair. I've never seen this guy before, but I'll give it to you for 2.
Yep, there's like, this is the exact same type of shit. And then,
how many videos did you have to scroll down to find this? Was it like 15?
okay, let's like here discussion. I mean, that's not relevant
Actually,
though, because I'm already giving you what you asked for.
Yep. Okay, that's fine. Just keep going.
The tunneling this is the first, like one of the first ones was this Kaiser
That's
video.
that's
Okay, what's
still the same person for the first time.
Yeah, I know, but it's just you said how many videos I have to scroll down. This one's like a V. Okay, so it's like you but a VTuber with gameplay talking about events or something. Like this is the type of stuff you'd make a video on. Is like, oh my god, Blood Moon sucks. There's nothing for killers. You just repair generators with oil can or something. Like this is the exact same type of shit.
Yeah, even this is more effort than me. There's a VTuber. It's full gameplay. It's this is still more effort than me. Yeah, I wouldn't even consider this.
This is just the guy's. This is just the guy's stream though.
Oh, if this is just a dude streamed like VOD, whatever. Would this even be considered?
No, this isn't like
oh,
he's talking over it.
Looks like editing to me. Ooh, no, sorry, he's got editing. That's unfortunately not.
Image in there pretty well.
Yep.
But like this entire video, like this took like probably 20 minutes to make.
Sure. My whole point with this is you're having to search. It's not really this big widespread plague that you're kind of worried about actually happening. Out of 8 years of me making DBD content, I can think of like 5 or 6 people that do this. That doesn't seem like a pandemic to me.
Just name me like more. I feel like more. Okay, this guy's editing and shit, so cool, another good one. But like, this type of content is more popular in discussion than not.
I'm waiting to see him, man. I'm waiting to see this plague.
I've already shown you 3.
You showed me 2.
Okay.
I guess we're debating on the VTuber one. Sorry. Okay.
What he had an image slide in on the left that makes it like. Haven't you showed images like slightly?
It's usually I don't even put it in Premiere. I just record it in OBS and upload. So.
It's Kaiser. Okay, let's here's another one. Let's check out this guy. Okay, what's editing? He's showing games. Nah, this isn't it.
This is just gameplay. Look, the point is, if it's not as widespread as you're kind of thinking it is, I don't think it's a very big deal. You're worried about the community's overall quality level going down due to slop content like this. But I'm trying to show you here, it's really not that common. There's like 5 or 6 people that make videos like me.
Wait, look, I just accidentally found one of 30 minutes of no editing. Oops, that's my bad. I didn't mean to find this.
Again, this looks like it's from a stream. This is just like a stream direct VOD that you just slapped on there.
He's talking over it.
Yeah, I'm saying like he has the video directly from his stream and he's just narrating over it.
So you're saying that's different because you have like your man in a chair on the left? Like, what if it was just the gameplay that you show?
The position of me in a chair does not matter.
Well, yeah, I'm talking like what is different about this?
I can't hear the video. What is he talking about?
I don't know. Blood Moon event sucks. Like here.
Okay, and you
sounds like me.
And you think this is a direct result of me?
I'm not necessarily saying that. I'm just saying like it's just like this type of stuff is like way more common because you're the biggest discussion type channel. So it's like why would anyone bother doing anything but this? You know?
Yeah, I really well. Hey, look, are any of these people successful that you've linked here, or as a single person here getting thousands and thousands of views? They have tens of thousands of subscribers. Are any of them successful?
No, because why would they watch them when they can just watch you?
Okay, so then it's not spreading because it doesn't work for anyone else. So what's the problem?
I'm not saying it doesn't work. This isn't about success. It's about like quantity.
Okay, but if these things, Johnny Dipshit can make a Scott Jun video with 5 views, that's not doing anything to the community. That's not having a negative effect on the community. The overall quality level of the content of DBD is not going down because there's one video in the darkest corner of hell that's being watched by a couple of people and they're trying to like emulate. And we're just assuming they're emulating me, by the way. That's just a pure guess. My point is this is not as big of a problem as you think it is. It's not as widespread as you think it is.
So why do you think DBD in general just has like such shit content then? What do you think?
Because the game is almost 10 years old and we were just running around pieces of wood. How much content can you make for it?
There's a lot of stuff people have done. Like my next video is going to be top 5 best DBD creators actually. Mm-hmm. There's like a lot of good shit out there.
Like what?
Even like what? I mean I can list you the ones I have in the video.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so you want to know like this isn't objective truth or anything, it's
sure.
Just my ideal world of DBD content. So someone like Skull is a perfect example for me. You probably know who he is. Just like someone who has different takes, someone who like edits, someone who
he basically does what I do but has editing.
Sure. I mean, he like, what makes you say that though? He makes like completely different types of shit. Like,
No, I've seen him make really good discussions about current things going on in the community, certain things involving drama with skins and pay-to-win stuff. Like, I've seen him cover stuff that I absolutely would cover in a very similar way. He just doesn't use a webcam, and he has far more editing than me.
Well, the actual concept of the video doesn't matter, and that's not all he does. He does like all sorts of other shit. Like
what?
He just did a video today that's like, you know, Geralt of Rivia, who could beat him in DBD? Like, just interesting like ideas. Like, he's kind of like a lore channel, but at the same time, he makes all sorts of, you know, what your killer main says about you, and all sorts of like actual interesting video topics that aren't just like reading patch notes on a text-to-speech voice.
Okay,
you know?
but I have like hundreds of those types of videos too that are all edited and stuff. That they just don't count.
What videos do you have that are edited? What?
God, all the top 10 series. I'm at like 9 of them. Do you want? I guess I'll go.
Like, no, I know the ones you mean. It's like top 10 worst like add-ons in DBD history or something. Like, that's still just like man in a chair like stitched together in 15 minutes. Like, it's still.
No, those ones actually took a decent amount of time. I feel like you're really hung up on the editing portion. My point is, I have made videos exactly like the ones you're talking about with Mintskull that feature, you know, some type.
On the effort. It's just like that's an outlier for you though. Even if I haven't watched many of those, but it's like even then they're still like, you know, 30 minutes of just like talking and just like not scripted, not anything really. It's just like,
well,
here's
sure,
why a brand new part is problematic. Oh, it could finish a gen in 2016 and, you know, with one input. Like, everyone knows this already. Like, there's nothing new.
But then when Mintskull talks about, I don't know, a skin or something like that being pay to win or something, that is just somehow different from what I'm doing.
I mean, we're comparing apples to oranges here. Like, you guys have completely different content.
My point is, I think we have more similarities than you're claiming. But if you don't want to agree on that, I don't want to just waste.
I can bring up other channels if you want that I like. I mean, another example of just people who make entirely unique content is like, you know, maybe it's not a fair comparison. Rablats, he's like a guy who does animations.
That's an animator. That's How is that a fair comparison?
Fine. Okay. What about like Mr. Taterhead, someone who's just like really deep into the game, and sort of makes just like very like in depth, like he's actually passionate like about the game. Where he talks about like, you know, how to like use every map properly as Survivor and like how to loop everything and shit, like actual good guide content that's not just like sitting in a chair.
I mean, have you seen my run all tiles guide that's been viewed like hundreds of thousands of times?
Your one video on it?
So every time I give an example of me doing the stuff that you like, it's just because it's less frequent. So it's the frequency too. It's got to be the same content, but also more frequent too, right?
You upload like every single day, basically, or maybe not every day, but
say
like
every 4 days, maybe.
Every other day?
No,
it's definitely not every 4 days. Like every other day. It's
go
multiple
check.
times a week though. Go check. I can look. Like,
it's about every 3 or 4 days, yeah.
Let me because like I swear it's like way more frequent than that. Actually, you're kind of right. It's like 2 weeks ago, 2 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago. So okay, let's say every few days or so. I thought it was a lot more than that actually.
Huh?
1 month ago. It doesn't show the exact stuff, but I mean now it's about Night Rain and shit. But still, like, so like it's still just not. I mean, I can bring up more examples of like, you know, Asimov is another channel I like. He makes. You probably know who he is.
Yeah,
right?
I know. He actually makes really entertaining. I actually got inspired by him to do top 10s and stuff like that from him.
Yeah, he's just makes like you. Honestly, at this point, like, you should just do more shit like that. I didn't watch some of your top 10s because I skimmed through one of them and it was just 30 minutes of unedited garbage. But like, if you just want to do more shit like that, it's just healthier for the community, healthier for you, just way better, way more entertaining.
Yeah, see, again, then
like better content in general.
You keep going back to this thing, healthier for the community. Something I've noticed about all those top 10 videos, they don't get as many views as me just talking. Now, why would that be?
Because people don't want to watch people. What most people like is bad. It sucks. Like,
then aren't I giving the community exactly what they want, and you aren't?
Exactly. So you're feeding them just like junk food. Are you okay? Like, you're fine with that? You this is what you want to be doing till like the foreseeable future?
If people enjoy me talking about my opinions on game balance and all that stuff, and I get to just sit there as you say, in my pajamas and do that, that sounds wonderful. And I'm actually proud of it because it means people actually care about my thoughts on that subject. So yes.
You really don't think people just put you on in the background and forget about you?
Oh,
You have no
I'm sure a lot of people do.
personality in the videos at all.
Sure, that I'm comfort entertainment for them. That's another wonderful thing I can be proud of. Someone to have, it's like a podcast when they're taking a shower or something. Some people put me on in the car when they're driving places. People just like that kind of content sometimes, and some people don't like that kind of content, and that's totally fine. You don't have to like it, but you got to acknowledge there is a pretty large audience that likes it, and I can prove that because people watch my shit for whatever reason.
People, Most Critical is like one of the most successful channels on YouTube.
Sure.
He makes pretty much that exact same type
Which
of shit,
means,
and
unfortunately, people like that. So when you say that the community deserves better, you're basically saying that I get to determine what's better. That's slop that you like. That's bullshit. I'm here to give you, the hearty grains, not the junk food.
I'm just saying it's just like junk food. It's just bad content in general. Like it's.
Okay.
I feel like this is something we just fundamentally disagree on because it's at
That's
the end
fine.
of the day, it's just an opinion. It's just an opinion
Sure.
on me. Like people can like what they want, Madame Web or whatever is like the highest grossing movie of last year or some shit.
Mhm.
It's like people can call other people's content. You probably don't like my content, for example. It's like because I'm mean or something. I don't know. Whatever you've watched of it. Like people have other reasons to not. People have reasons. I feel like in general, effort should just equal success. Like is that not like just something that should like
No.
is that not a normal human condition?
That is a completely rational and reasonable thing to think. It's also delusional because that's just not how the world works, unfortunately. It's not the world we live in.
Is a man not entitled to the sweat of his brow?
Oh,
are we not,
okay,
are we not
fucking
allowed
Bioshock. Do it.
are we
Dude,
not
trust me,
allowed
man.
to, like, should effort not
Look,
really not?
if that was the world we lived in, and the only thing that was rewarded was high effort, I would be forced to put in more effort in order to retain the same results. But it's not, and people very much enjoy my low effort things, so why would I spend 10 times the work to get the exact same benefit from it?
I get it. Honestly, at this point, I don't even blame you. Like, it's like
Okay.
I made a whole video on Moist Critical. It's like if I was in your position where I was just able to like do nothing and get paid for it, it's like I'd probably keep doing it. Like, why would I stop? Like, there's
Okay,
no,
that's
like,
fair.
You get no criticism from anyone because you play it safe. You're
That is not true.
comfortable
Again,
out
we're
there.
going back to the Yes Men thing, which I've already shown you multiple examples just this month, so that's you
Okay,
can't use that one anymore.
You're too big to fail. It's just like you're
Oh
like
my God.
like no one doing anything could possibly shut you down. People are just fine with this complacency. So I get it. Why would you stop? It's just I
Okay.
get it.
All right.
Honestly, I honestly just blame your fans more for just putting up with it at this point.
Okay.
'Cause I sort of bring that up too in a Moist Critical video I made a long time ago.
Okay. Let's move on to another thing that you said. You say, I spew hollow and meaningless verbal filler and pretend like I do more, and that I should own the fact that I make shitty content. Is that something that you agree with?
Yeah, I mean, apparently you say you own the fact that you make shitty content. Like, you're just fine with making garbage. Like, you're like, oh, well, people like it, so I'll just keep making garbage. It's like,
Okay,
so
but
you want to keep doing?
that's not what the quote I said was about. You said, I pretend like I do more and that I don't own the fact I make shitty content. So can you admit that part you just made up to?
Made up? What part of that did I make up?
You said that I pretend like I do more and I don't own the fact that I make shitty content.
Do you own the fact that you make shitty content? Because, like, I never see you talk about that. Like,
Dude, in the video that you made, you literally said I am making fun of my own shitty videos with the B-roll background. Your own video is contradicting what you're saying right now.
what are you talking about? You mean the Every Scott John video thing with the bee rolling around?
No, in your video about the worst YouTubers, you literally show the video in which I am self-deprecating and there is a literal bee rolling in the background and you say at least he knows how shit his content is. And then at the same exact time in the video, you say I need to own the fact that I make shitty content and I pretend like I do more. You don't even need to speak for this section because you just contradict yourself in your own video.
Okay,
So let's move on to the next one.
That's fair enough. I did contradict myself. It's not really important, but I get it. If I'm saying I don't really know where I got the idea that you think you do more. It's just the way that you talk is so pretentious and condescending. I feel like you just think that you're saying something important when you're almost never. So that maybe it's more like it's less about the content and more about the way you talk.
Sure. If the cadence of my voice sounds pretentious, I don't know what the fuck to do about that, man. I guess that's just the way I talk. I'm sorry, but let's move on to the.
I can admit that's sort of a contradiction, though.
Okay.
Just like you're just going through my script with like a fine-tooth comb, just like bringing up everything. So
yeah, I just watched it and wrote down some notes, man. It's not that serious. One part I really was curious about. I don't know what the fuck this means. You said I had a late night stream drama that shows I'm a power hungry cuck. What the fuck? I don't even know how to defend that because I don't even know what that means.
So you're talking about the cryotic shit, right?
I assume you are. I don't. What does that mean? Like, please elaborate on this.
I like kind of forgot. Let me
Jesus Christ.
I don't know. I wrote this like a while ago. I think it was just about the whole like cryotic like. I just remember. I remember at that time I watched a video on it just to do some research, and it was just sort of just a jab. I don't really remember much about that.
Okay, so you made a claim with zero evidence and press it off as defamation. that's
defamation. Is that really defamation?
Calling me a power hungry cuck? Yeah, that's you're claiming something I'm not with zero evidence. That's a definition of slander. But go on.
You like slander too, though, right? Can we talk about true talent? I mean,
what a good diversion. Can you? We will talk about that, I promise. But can you address what the fuck this means?
About Cryotic.
You were, I guess.
Dude, I like to be fair with the Cryotic thing. I watched a video. I forgot what video it was. I think it was by June the King, and I just remember seeing you in that video, just being like you going over the whole situation where you're like, oh, you know, he did this. He was a pedo and just like all this shit. It just seemed disingenuous to me. I don't really know.
Calling out a friend for finding out he was a pedo is disingenuous? What the fuck?
Dude, that's not what I said. I'm just saying. Honestly, this one I don't really know. Honestly, I don't really know what I'm getting at with that.
We'll just take that as an L, I guess, because that makes no sense.
We can take that as an L for me. I don't even. I like.
Okay.
I brought up the Cryotic late night stream shit because I really know anything about that.
Okay, well that was a great addition to the video then. Next you say this is a big one. You say I'm disingenuous and fake. So when you say disingenuous, basically, here let me like put it a different way. Who do you think I am, and who do you think I pretend to be?
Who do I think you are?
Mm-hmm.
Well, honestly, at this point, I feel like you're pretending like you're more open here than you are in your actual videos and on stream. Like you're showing examples of like, oh, I brought up. Sorry, I'm getting a text. You're getting examples of like I make fun of myself all the time. Look at this B-roll. Look at this.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
So
how was that fake? That is extremely consistent. If you've ever watched my streams, that is extremely consistent every day. There's nothing fake about that, unless I have been faking that for 11 years.
11 years?
Yeah, self-deprecation is like my main type of humor. Seriously, if you've watched my stream for more than 30 minutes, I will do it at least twice during any given game. So I don't know how that's disingenuous. If
self-deprecation is your main sense of humor, then why do you have such an ego?
Do I have an ego? I would say I would say I have an ego occasionally about knowledge about the game itself, and sometimes I completely agree it can come off as condescending. I try to curb it back, but sometimes it just rears its ugly head, and I'm aware of it when it happens, and it sucks when it happens, but that has nothing to do with, I don't understand how those two things are related.
What, you mean the ego and the being fake?
And self-deprecation.
Self-deprecation? Because, like, an example of this is, I mean, you got so butthurt over my call-out on you as a much smaller creator that you've just been, like, begging for this debate for, like, a month. Like, you've just been constantly... Like, you even slandered me in Spook and Juke's comment section saying, like, you destroyed this guy so hard and now he won't talk to me, even though you just, like, left me on crickets. Like,
I couldn't respond to you anymore, man. Anytime I try to type a comment, it's instantly gone. You're right. I cannot prove that you censored me or hit anything, so I cannot claim that as a fact. I have no evidence to support that. I
don't hide comments. Literally, my last comment, though, was, like, my last comment to you was like, hey, contact me, call me, let's talk about it. Like, that was my last comment. So regardless of if you could say yes or no, what about that makes you think I didn't want to do the debate?
That
my last comment being
you didn't
hey,
contact me.
You
never contacted me.
Where am I supposed to comment in your comment section or something?
Twitter. Like, you know what my Twitter is. You've been to it before.
I didn't even have a Twitter back then. I only made mine very recently.
Okay, you could have made one and messaged me. The point is, if you wanted to do it, you would have sent a message. But I know you
I
don't
didn't
really
do it
want
that
to.
badly because
Yeah,
not
I
necessarily. I mean,
understand.
I don't know. I think it's just free content, but at the same time, it's like, why did you want it so fucking badly? Like you brought it up like multiple times. You slandered me saying I didn't want to do it multiple
I
times. It's
think I
like
left 3 comments about it and then haven't talked about it since.
I've heard people talk about like you talking in like the stream chat about me and shit, and, like Spook and Juke's chat and shit. I don't know if that's true or not, but I've just heard whispers about it.
No,
Just like
no.
okay, well, if that's not true,
I
then
did that today
say.
because I said I was about to debate you, and that's it. That's the only time I've ever mentioned you.
Okay.
It was literally
Well,
like
it's like
2 hours ago.
like he fucking pinned your comment of just like slander bullshit, and you're just like, lol, you destroyed this guy so bad. And again, you never explain how because they never do, but you're just like,
I'm not going
like,
down that road.
Yeah, I thought so, but does that not come across as like the slightest bit of just like a hurt ego? Like a much smaller creator calls you out for shitty content, and you just like fucking want it so bad.
I mean, do you enjoy debating?
Kinda. Like that's a good question. Actually, that's a very good question. I'm not great at it, honestly,
Okay.
as you can see.
Well,
Like,
I personally,
I'm-
I love debating. I think it's really fun.
Okay.
Anytime I have the opportunity to do it, I will absolutely jump the gun to get it started because it is legit one of my favorite things to do. I love talking. I love talking about stuff that I think I know what I'm talking about. I genuinely really love debating. So when I saw someone that has been essentially shit talking me for a month straight, you know, might have some things to say to me, I was like, fuck yeah, let's do it. There's nothing happening until Spring Tribe comes out. Let's make some content. And I don't know what's wrong with that.
No, there's nothing wrong with it. It's just like, did you just come in here expecting like a free win? Like, what do you want out of this? Because you're not making content. I mean, you're not, or maybe you are. I don't know, but you're not streaming this because I'm a bigoted, racist.
Oh no, it's not that. After watching your debate with Spooks, I didn't think that you would do that. I mean, your friends might have joined Discord and did that, but I didn't know we were going to do it in your.
I'm not going to invite anyone.
Yeah, I was worried about that.
If I invite anyone, that'd be insecure as fuck. That's what I'm worried you were going to do. Like, that's just insecurity.
Right, but also the whole thing that you did with Spooks is you obviously got harassed by people from his chat and used that as a shield from criticism and stuff, and I didn't want to give you that ammo, so that's why I really did not want to stream this.
It's not a shield from criticism. It's just like it's just showing the irony and like proving my point.
Sure, that there's drones or whatever bots yelling at you. I just didn't want to give you that fuel. I don't think that's a bad decision for me to have made.
Bots yelling at me after this. I'm just letting you know. Like your fan base is not nearly as ravenous as Spook and Jukes, but they're not gonna like.
Look,
like
man,
any constructive criticism
you can only call me out publicly so many times before a couple of people that watch me are going to see it and give you shit. I'm not responsible for that, and you know it.
Well, you're just, yeah, I know. I'm not saying you're responsible for it. I'm just saying it's going to happen regardless. But if
Sure.
you genuinely didn't do it live to like stop me from getting harassed, then cool, because this is like free content for you. So thanks, I guess. But at the same time, it's like, it's going to happen. I mean, like, I guess it's not going to be as bad. So cool. I genuinely, you're just doing this because you wanted to talk to me because I clearly have shit to say, and that's what you want out of this. Because I feel like knowing you, there's got to be something more. You know, like, do you just want like a free win, a free gotcha, or what? Like, what did you actually want to do this for?
I just like talking about things that you said in your video that are very much not true, and then proving them wrong. It makes me, I don't know. I get a sense of satisfaction, I guess, is the best way to put it.
The only thing you've proved wrong is me kind of bringing up the Cryotic thing, which I don't really know what that was about, and also the contradiction of me saying you didn't call your own content shitty and then having the B-roll. Mm-hmm. Besides that, it's like...
And then also we agree that I'm not complaining about my job. I'm complaining about Dead by Daylight, which is not my job. You've also agreed that I'm not a yes man based off of very recent examples proving that. So that's 4 things we got going, and we're not even halfway done.
Like, I mean, do you want to know what criticism looks like? Look at my comment section. I get so many brain dead comments. Like,
yeah, that's because it's because you're a dick, man. People are going to be way more volatile to you. I'm making controversial opinions, but I'm at least trying to be polite about them. You don't give a fuck. Well, look, hey, look, and good for you. You no filter, that's great, but don't pretend like that you're making a comparison here. You are just actively antagonizing and being a dick to people, so of course you're going to get more hate. That doesn't mean you're making a more controversial opinion. You're just being meaner about it. That's all.
You know what's funny about that is my random innocent update video where I like show like my new Discord or whatever has a 60% like ratio. There's literally not a single shit talk. in that video. There's nothing. I literally am just
Yeah,
like,
man.
hey guys, I made a Twitter. It has 60% likes.
I get
like
that,
ratio.
but that's you reaping what you sow, man. You have cultivated a very, very hate and drama-filled community. That's going to happen for a long time until you have a consistent string of videos that are not about this stuff anymore. And it will happen.
Community against, like, you're saying it's a community when they're all disliking my video over nothing. Like, you don't know what it's like. Like, you think a few people in the comments saying syringes are actually good is like, you think that's criticism? That's like, you don't know what criticism is. You don't know what,
but
like me, this is just a whole ego thing. Like me calling you out with some constructive criticism is get you to debate me. Like,
but we're talking about me being a yes man, not the severity of the criticism that you're receiving. I'm saying I'm also giving, again, I don't know how many times I have to show you examples of me not being a yes man. Can you just agree that perhaps you might be a little incorrect on how much of a yes man I am? Just, can you give me that at least?
I mean, there's like a scale. I mean, Hens is like a huge content creator, and before your video, he made a video on syringes. So it's like, yeah, let's just say what he says, you know?
And you know what? When he made that opinion, it was also a hot and controversial take, so that's still not being a yes man.
I'm not saying he's a yes man. I'm just saying, like,
well,
if
then
you're making a video on that in general, it's like,
okay, let's
it's just, yeah.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay.
You say, I am a fake wholesome content creator who wants what's best for the game, but when you go to his streams, he's usually complaining. I want you to explain
I stand by that.
Yeah, but what the fuck does that mean? Those are two different sentences. You're saying I'm a fake wholesome creator who wants what's best for the game, but when I go to the streams, I'm complaining. Those are those are two sentences constructed together by duct tape that make no sense together. Can you explain how they're connected?
I mean, I'm just saying, like, a lot of the time you come across as like a very like wholesome, happy-go-lucky, you know, self-deprecating, as you say, guy. But when you actually, like, I go to just random parts in your stream where you're like playing Wesker or something and like bitching like constantly. It's just like,
yeah, but
you can own it, you know.
Your line is who wants what's best for the game, but when you go to his streams, he's usually complaining. Explain how me wanting what's best for the game and me occasionally complaining about the game are at all related in any way. Those are just two different.
It's more about the fake wholesome side, like the sorry for Ghoul type shit, you know.
Okay, but even if I was wholesome to the people involved, it's not like the survivors I'm going against chose like Larry's and I just got a shitty map and I'm playing, I don't know, Bubba or something. I'm gonna have a miserable time, right? What does that have to do with me as a person? Wholesome people can be annoyed. Otz is heckin' wholesome Marino boy, and he gets frustrated and complains all the fucking time, like everybody. Why am I specifically targeted for that?
You're talking about like you getting mad at the game? Because like, yeah, like you said, everyone does. Like Otz gets mad.
Right. So what does that have to do? How does that decrease my level of being a wholesome content creator? You're saying that because I do that, I'm actually being fake about it because I secretly complain. Therefore, I'm not really wholesome. You can be wholesome and also complain. Those things are not related.
That's just a matter of like personal opinion.
No, it's not. That's just a fact.
Is it not?
No, if you can be a whole Otstarva, perfect example. He is a wholesome content creator and he's usually complaining. Those things are not related. Those are two separate sentences.
I don't really think he like puts himself out as that way the way you do though.
Otstarva? He is literally seen as the Jesus of DBD. What do you mean?
I'm not saying he does that. Like he doesn't do it like to himself though. Like he doesn't name himself, you know, sorry for Ghoul, like I keep bringing up and shit like that.
If you're gonna sit on this hill and pretend that Otz doesn't acknowledge the fact that he is a wholesome content creator, then I guess we should just move on because that's delusional.
Am I supposed to say, okay, Otz does it too, so cool? Like no. Otz has issues too.
My point is, these things are unrelated. You have tried to link together two separate things that make no sense together. You can be wholesome and you can complain. Those are two separate discussions. I do complain when I get shitty maps and things like that, and I try to be as wholesome as possible. Sometimes I get pissed off at something and it doesn't happen, just like everybody. But my point is, that whole line that you said there, it's nonsense. It doesn't make any sense. Those are two different sentences.
Dude, I like never see Oz complaining as well. Like
what?
I've seen like a few examples. What? Like
I've seen
a few exampple of him.
I'm gonna do. This is a one-man act play of Oz complaining about the things that he's going against in the game. Are you fucking serious? Oh my god. Okay, I'm fucking sorry, guys. I'm fucking sorry. Can you believe this bullshit? I'm fucking sorry, guys. There you go. That's at least five times a stream. 5 times. I mean, to be fair, I don't watch his streams, but well, then what the fuck are you talking about?
I'm familiar with him. I don't watch like Twitch in general. I think it's a waste of time. But like, I don't like aughts when it comes to aughts. Like I don't know, man. I get where you're coming from. It's just
Okay, so we'll just chalk this up as an L and move on. Yes.
I mean, like, and I'm not. I don't think I'm prepared to do that. I mean, okay, aughts complains too. Cool. You guys both do. You guys both fake wholesome. You guys both complain. So, like, what is?
But Otz was
okay,
potentially on your top 5 list of YouTubers. So what happened?
Yeah, he is.
He
actually makes good.
Well, then I must be too. Like what?
Except you make shit. Like,
okay.
There's ups and downs and everything. You don't see it as black and white. You see it too black and white.
Okay.
Where it's like, oh, you guys have a similar issue, so therefore he sucks and you're great. It's like that doesn't make any sense. Like, what are you getting at with that?
Okay, let's just move on. Let's go to the next part.
Sure, whatever. I guess we can just fine. Okay, if you say so.
The next part. I know you have a very, very specific relationship with the word rage bait. You hate when people say that your videos are rage bait, right?
Uh-huh.
Okay.
It's literally like, I don't know what happened, but it's like such, like all the people in my generation say it when they can't think of an argument.
Sure.
It's like over the past few years, I cannot escape it. It's not a good point. It's never. So what about like?
Okay, so
how does this correlate to you?
Would you say rage bait? Yeah, I'll get to that. Would you say rage bait is like an attempt to just stir up toxicity in a hostile community? Is that like kind of what it is? You're intentionally trying to bait rage?
I mean, I think it's rage bait if you're just genuinely trying to make people mad with no actual. Oh, this guy says Resident Evil 9 was announced at the Game Awards. That's cool. Rage bait is like when you're just trying to make people mad with no like actual depth or
right. So like the words I used there was you're just trying to stir up toxicity on purpose. That's rage bait, right?
Yeah, trying to stir it up on purpose.
Okay.
So are you saying I'm rage bait even though I have good points that almost no one is able to like prove wrong?
Okay, I'm not sure if you just realized I just quoted you about your own videos.
Where?
You said on your Reddit account that exact line about your own videos.
On my Reddit account? I don't even like use Reddit.
You have a Reddit account and you posted, it almost seems like it's just made to stir up more toxicity in an already hostile community. Those are your words. That's the definition of rage bait.
What is my Reddit account?
User Stumpy Stoner Simp. That is you.
I haven't used that in a long time. You're really digging deep. How do you even know that's my account? I don't have it linked anywhere. I don't use it ever.
Some dude just commented on one of your videos, and I was like, oh, that's interesting. And I looked at it, I was like, oh wow, this dude's a hypocrite because you have called your own videos rage bait. So can we talk about that?
When did I call him? Like
1 month ago. 1 month ago, you posted your own video on Reddit pretending to not be you, which is also pathetic, by the way. And you actually answered comments.
Oh yeah.
You know what this is now?
Yeah, I know what it is. That's the holding streamers hostage video.
Right, and you posted it pretending to not be you, I guess, to get viewers to your video, which is
that video is genuine rage bait. Like that one has no argument behind it. If you're bringing up the holding people in hostage as an example, or in corners as an example, you're already losing if you're bringing that up.
No, like, I'm quoting you talking about your own video saying that it's rage bait. I don't know.
That one genuinely is. I put that on the fucking subreddit as like a social experiment, trying to be like a soy like DVD creator being like, oh my god, look at this video, it's so toxic, like. Can you? Like, I don't really. How is that a gotcha? Like what?
How is that not a gotcha? You posted your own video in third person to try to get people to go watch it, and then acted like you aren't the one that posted it.
No, I am the one who posted. I literally talked about that. On
you didn't pretend you were in the comments. You were pretending to be someone else. Why would you do that?
Because that's the whole. It was a fucking bit. Like I literally just posted it on Reddit, and I was just like, let's see what can happen here. I think it eventually got removed. Is that post still up? I thought I got removed from the moderators because they realized what I was doing.
I don't know. I just saw the last thing was you talking about your history as a Geometry Dash creator in third person again. And I just had a nice little laugh at it. But hey, man, if you're admitting that's you, then I guess that is me. I literally just did that like with a friend, so we just thought it was okay.
Fun.
But
it's like, because this video is genuinely just like, okay, you want to see rage bait, like that video is genuinely just fucking stupid. It's just me holding like streamers in corners and calling them fat or something. Like, there is no depth to that video at all. It's
Sure.
dumb. Like,
Okay. But the point is, you seem to be aware of what rage bait is, and you've somewhat recently done it. So I feel like that's a little hypocritical to admit your own shit is rage bait and then deny it before I showed you your own quote.
My own shit. You're talking about a random video I made as like a fucking stupid experiment.
I mean,
like,
I don't have
my
to
first
discuss this
DVD
further.
Video, by the way.
You said it was rage bait. I'm just quoting you at this point, so fine.
That's not a good point. That's not a good point. That one's literally just me fucking around on the subreddit and my friend told me I should do that, and I was like, that's a good idea. That'd be funny.
Okay, well, whatever. At least you didn't say that a friend took your Reddit account. I guess that's an improvement.
That's also true.
Over the Twitter thing.
I don't know what you're getting at with this. Like,
I'm nothing. I have no proof that was you, so I'm not gonna claim anything. We can move.
Why are we policing words now and all the shit you've said?
Okay. Do you want to elaborate on that?
It's like, ooh, you said the N-word in 2014. You said retard in your Discord server like 200 times. Ooh, cancel him. Like, I don't care. I just think it's funny that you're bringing up words when you've said shit like that too.
What words did I bring up?
You said you're talking about the Twitter account of my friend is also genuinely blatantly rage baiting.
Oh, I don't give a shit about what you said. I'm just talking about you were saying that your friend had the account, and I was making a joke about how, okay, at least that wasn't that same scenario. This is your Reddit account. That's all I'm saying. I'm not accusing you of anything.
Okay, because like the only issue you would have with that account is the blatant rage bait of like, oh, he said the N-word.
I don't care. I don't even know much about it. I don't care. I was just making a joke about how it's a similar scenario.
Pretty much all you've heard about it is slander at this point. So
okay, that's
just
fine.
You know.
I don't have evidence of it, so I'm not going to really on that. I don't have any information. So.
Okay, so next part of like dissecting my script, do you have another like sentence by sentence, like atom by atom? What do you have to say now?
No.
What's the next one?
No. I'll throw you a ball to make it, because I feel like it's not been going super well for you. I'll throw you a ball that should be easy for you. You spent a good third of the video talking about true talent and all that stuff. So, do you want me to dictate the discussion, or would you like to bring up points on your own?
Go for it, honestly, because like the True Talent shit's pretty old news. It kind of got dredged back up with the True Talent documentary.
Mm-hmm. Sure. Okay.
I saw you just sort of like spurred out on Twitter after the documentary, and just sort of like mentioned him a million times afterwards because you're not used to getting criticism at all. So.
Okay, so let's go over the first claim that you made in that section was that I killed True Talent's career. Is that something you still stand by saying?
Maybe not his career, but in that video...
Okay, well then you already slandered 5 seconds into the section then.
Did I say he killed his career? Like, he's still making shit. The video that one guy made where it's like the post... It's like the post True Talent documentary.
I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah, you've seen the video. It's like he shows that his viewers get a lot lower after the, all the stupid drama that you have with him. Like, I feel like, just like me, True Talent's just an easy target for you, because he's just like... He's like a big oafish guy. He's like, oh, these fucking Swifts, yeah, like you just have a lot, like, people don't like him because he has controversial opinions, unlike you. Mm-hmm. So he's just an easy target, basically. Okay, so let's go back. Let's go back to the
original thing that I was saying, was that you claimed I killed his career. Those are your words. I forget the exact second in the video, but you said that multiple times in several videos. Is his career dead?
I said you killed him in broad daylight. You kind of assassinated his reputation.
Even later in this video, you said I should own the fact that I've ruined many careers. Would you like a timestamp?
Ruined many careers?
Yes.
That sounds like something I would say about Spooks, not you.
No, that's what you said about me.
Can I have a timestamp?
Yep, let me go find it.
I'm not saying I didn't say it. Just get it to me.
Yeah, hold on. I could
have easily said it. Because you realize a lot of the shit I say at the same time is also just hyperbole. It's just stupid drama.
Yeah, no, but saying I killed True Talent's career is not hyperbole. It's just a lie. So let me see if I can find it.
I mean, you just sort of like character assassinated him like years ago, and he still isn't fully recovered from it.
Okay, well, you know what? Here, I'll even play devil's advocate. I will allow you to move the goalposts and say that I harmed his career in some way. Can we proceed with the discussion with that being the new statement?
I fully believe in that.
Okay. How? Please show me evidence or
And
examples of any of that
his
happening.
Fog Whisperer status got removed, like right after you did the whole like ableism thing. I know that was like your wife technically you did it, but like still.
Yes. Okay. So first, I'm glad you acknowledged that that wasn't actually me, and I had to disagree with her. So that's where we can find some common ground there. I asked about his career, though. You mentioned Fog Whisperer, which is that's not a career. You don't put that on a resume.
That still, like, that still helps a lot, like about his. I'm talking like yes, it does. Like,
no,
you
it
don't
does
think
not.
That's important at all.
Not at all.
Are you a Fog Whisperer?
No, but my wife was, and it was utterly useless. All you do is be a yes man for DBD. You can't really criticize them. You have to be a positive beacon of shining sunshine every time you stream, which obviously true is not. No. I feel like you're not understanding what Fog Whisperers are.
Well, why do you just like associate everything bad with him? Like every time someone has an issue, you call them a true fan, or you like. I get you've calmed down on it recently, but you and Zubat back then would not fucking leave him alone because he's an easy target. It's just like the whole spirit counterplay thing, the nerfing Swift, the whole ableism. Like just leave him alone. Like why?
Well,
I think he's an easy target.
That goes directly into another point you said. You said he stays in his own lane. He never goes for anybody, and so you feel it's unjustified to go after him for stuff like that, right? That's your words. Your words.
Literally, he was just. Like it's like another example. The nerfing Swift is like you just picked random games from his stream. Like he's playing nurse and you just played bad or something. It's like yeah, I get it. Like you're fully in your right to do. You're fully in your what is it in your right or like.
I get what you're trying to say.
It's yeah, you know what I'm trying to say. Like it's fine to do that. It's just like he does stay in his own lane though, unless he's called out first.
So I will immediately prove that wrong. He does not stay out in his own lane, and in fact, that's the reason most people in the community dislike him, because he consistently, actually to his credit, before I go any further, I must say, in like the past year, I really haven't heard from him much, which good for him. I feel like he grew up or something, or realized something about it.
By staying in his lane, you're talking about. Sorry to interrupt, but by staying in his lane, you're talking about he has opinions on the game.
No. I'm going to talk about directly attacking groups of people. But okay. I'm saying to his credit, I actually, this is about true in the past. This does not apply to him right now, because this is actually also really excellent proof that he is the instigator of most of this drama. Because
is he?
The fact,
but I don't see that at all.
Okay, I will explain it to you. Don't worry. So the fact that he, for the past year, I don't think he's been in any drama. I haven't seen him on Twitter. No. I haven't seen anything. I haven't seen nothing. No. And you know why?
I haven't really heard much about him.
Because he's not antagonizing people on Twitter. He's not insinuating large groups of people are smurfing. He's not insinuating large groups of people are on special whitelist servers. He's not insinuating certain people need to use certain perks to win. He's not attacking people anymore. He's actually genuinely staying in his own lane. And what amazing, he's not getting attacked anymore. He is the instigator almost every single time. And that was also true with me, just like it's true with every other person he got into drama with. Again, this is in the past. He doesn't really seem to do this anymore, which is great. But in the past, when I had drama with him, he was the instigator of shit every single time.
How did he instigate when you're talking about spirit counterplay or Swift and just bringing up like random VODs and shit? Like him in a bad light. How is that him instigating?
Let me go over that. The first time...
I might just be misinformed. Like, I actually don't know. This is just
I know. You talk about stuff you don't know about a lot. That's the problem. So I'm going to go explain all this to you right now. That, the whole private Discord server, by the way, that is Zubat's server. First of all, it's not deleted. He just made that up. We just banned the guy that was leaking shit. He's like a...
Yeah, I heard that was fake. I didn't bring that up in the video because I heard that was fake.
Okay, so all of it is still there. And you can actually see the exact date I start talking about True Talent in that private Discord. The exact date is the exact date on Twitter he publicly shit-talked me for no reason by name. He said that Scott and Zubat need no ed to win. Just for no reason. I think someone said that we were winning a lot or something, and then like as a defensive mechanism, he was like, yeah, well, they fucking need no ed to win or something. And that was my first interaction with him in the DBD community. He just made shit up about us. What'd you say?
Did he tweet that or just say it on stream?
No, he tweeted it. I still have a screenshot of it. Would you like that?
Can I see it? Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Because I've never heard about this.
Yeah.
Like,
Of course not. Here you go. He, of course, deleted the tweet, but you can see from the context of what we're responding to.
Bot Ollie? Is this him?
No. You can see the post that he deleted was above it, and you can see the context of what Ollie is quoting. He directly quoted him.
Zubat needs no ed. He plays bad killers. This
Man.
is 2019.
Yep, 2019, the follow-up post he brought up me.
That was your first interaction with him? Because I wasn't even in the community in 2019.
Yes, this was my first interaction with him in the Dead by Daylight community. The first thing I saw from this dude was him just randomly insulting me. And so, to vent my frustrations about it, I was like, man, this guy's being a dick. And it wasn't a huge insult. He didn't, like, fuck my mother or something. But when your first interaction with a guy is him just publicly insulting you by name, for a guy who stays in his own lane, totally, you're gonna go, okay, well, this guy's kind of an ass. And so what I did was join Zubat's Discord to start venting my frustration about this random dude shit-talking me, and I can definitively prove that because the exact first message in that Discord channel mentioning True is the exact same date, January 19th. And I can prove that with screenshots, and the absolute best part is it cannot be disproven in any way because True also has the logs of this Discord and can see that the dates match up. He literally instigated all of the shit between us. Without that, I never even would have started watching him to realize why I dislike him so much. So he actually started all of this.
So what does True say about that?
Nothing.
About that whole
He doesn't bring it up.
He doesn't.
Of course he doesn't bring it up.
I didn't know this, but like, aren't you a cold hard proof guy? Like I get that this is the best you have, but like it still doesn't really prove anything, does it? Like this could, I mean, he really would have gone out. It just, I get that he's kind of like he has strong opinions on the game and shit, but just deliberately calling someone out like that does not seem like something he would do.
Okay, you know what? I bet I can find you even more proof because he messaged me about it later and apologized for the exact thing. So if I can find that apology, it proves that he said that, right?
Sure, yeah. If you can find that, I'll believe it.
Okay, let me scroll up.
Like hard proof. It's something, but it's like I need a little bit more.
Sure.
Because if you can genuinely prove to me that he instigated this and started it and didn't stay in his own lane, I can admit I was wrong.
Okay.
Because I've already admitted I was wrong about a few things, like
sure.
The what was it? The contradiction of you, like me saying that you think your content is like saying something when it's not. That's like less important than this, though. That's just like a personality thing. But like,
okay, found it. Put it in Discord. Okay. Here you go. Private DMs where he apologized for the exact thing I'm discussing. Same date, same timestamp, all that stuff.
January 27th. Sorry for saying you used Noed. Yeah, honestly, that's legit. I mean, why does no one ever bring this up?
Because he very much enjoys being a victim. You also, in your video, brought up the fact that I never apologized to him. And again, where did you get that fact?
I mean, you still refuse to. I got that fact from the video after the debate.
Okay.
Not the debate, after the True Talent documentary. The one of the guy walking around his pyramid head on Lampion where he's like talking about...
Sure. I apologized to him 3 times. 3 times I've apologized to him. Would you like screenshots of those?
Sure. Over what, though?
Over Twitter and Discord and YouTube.
No. Apologizing to him for what? For like...
Oh, for the whole... So the thing about the whole drama, the thing I did apologize to him for was the way I worded my tweet let people, even my own wife, just try to like run with it and completely distance what I was actually trying to say with the actual post that started all this drama. So that's what that was about. And actually, the original thing that I said that made people like twist it into some ableism horseshit that Twitter does, the original thing, no one ever reads the first part of it. The first part of the entire thing says this is what we talked about. Because actually in private, we actually had this exact discussion as to why people might not be liking him. And this was before our drama. This was us trying to see, hey, a lot of people villainize him. And I was saying, yeah, that's because a lot of the time when you disagree with people, you are very condescending towards them. You call them sheeple, and people really, really don't like that. And so we had a private discussion about that. And I don't remember, we ended it amicably, and hopefully he would be better with that. So later, when I saw him publicly doing the exact same thing we had privately discussed, I was like, okay, I guess I gotta publicly shame this motherfucker because he's still doing it. And that is the entire reason I did it.
That with him?
What's up?
When did you privately discuss that with him?
I don't remember the date. I can find it. It's on Twitter. It's in...
No, not the exact date, but like, was it before the whole nerfing Swift thing and Spirit thing, or like when?
Oh yeah, no, it was well before that. Well before that.
Okay, so you were talking to him like in 2019 or 2020 or so.
Yes. About
him publicly shit talking people.
Correct.
And then he just continued to do so.
Correct. And then I thought that there was no point in the private conversation anymore. Maybe him getting, I don't want to say harassed, but being shown the light of him being an asshole to people would maybe make him change his opinions and his behavior, because talking in private obviously was useless. And that was the whole point.
I mean, do you really think doing that in public was good, though? Like, just antagonizing him for years and just, like, shit-talking him and associating everyone you don't like with him and all this? Like, was it really, like, worth it? Did it really, like, change anyone's opinion, like, and just do anything good for him? Like, that was your way of, like, making him see the light?
Oh, no. That was way... All that stuff happened way after. That was just the initial, like... at that point, I was already just pissed at the dude. He was already starting to make, like, just snide comments about the videos and stuff that I was making, and I was already... At that point, I wanted people to see him being an asshole. That is true, honest to God intentions. Wasn't trying to ruin his career. It's not going to stop him from being, if I'm being an asshole and someone clips it and calls me out on it, and I go, yeah, okay, I was being an asshole. That's it. That's all the thought that went into that. And then because
it's more than just being an asshole, though. It's like the whole like he's been called every name in the book.
Oh sure, yeah, that's Twitter, man. Twitter fucking sucks. So have I.
Yeah, but it's just so have you. But you still have like a much more positive. I mean, you're just like still beloved by the community. Like, you came out of this whole thing on top because you know how to act.
That's not true. I actually have less viewers than I did before. Who says I came out on top?
It's to everyone else. It seems like you I mean,
no.
It seems like you.
There's a lot of people that are mad about me about all this stuff, even though they don't know even like 5% of the shit that went on. They just watched a video of some documentary and immediately took his side. I didn't care for the drama, so I said, fuck it, let him have it. Let's just move on. But every time, it seems every year, he just watches another video and brings it up again and again. So eventually I'm going to have to talk about these things that he's just not mentioning. Like, he never mentions that I apologize to him. It's just because if he does, then he has to admit he can't hold the victim aspect of it anymore. Because we ended it and he's like, okay, fine, we're good. But he can't tell people that because then he can't be a victim about it anymore. So it's kind of annoying. But again, like I said, he's been way better in the recent years, so I actually don't really have a problem with him anymore. All he has to do is just stop antagonizing people, and that's it. I don't have a problem with him anymore. It's pretty simple.
Well, you also just bring up random shit like him saying, the word retarded in like 2013. Like,
that wasn't a dig. That wasn't a dig at him. That was someone calling me ableist for saying that word in the past, and then me going, because he was a true fan, I was going, oh, I guess then true is too. But the whole point is none of us are. You're just saying stupid words to our friends in private years ago. Obviously, none of us are ableist in this context. I wasn't attacking True, I was defending both of us.
Yeah, I actually think I might have to concede here. I think I was actually just misinformed about a lot of this stuff.
So many people are about this whole topic because I don't want to fucking talk about it because I don't like the drama that keeps happening every time, but there's so much more to this shit. And I don't know. I don't care to talk about it, but hopefully at least that part clarified some things.
It absolutely did. I mean, I'm actually kind of curious more now. Like, I finally get to see another side of this. It's like, I mean, yeah, honestly, when it comes to like your content and shit, we can still talk about that, and like we have differing opinions. But when it comes to this, yeah, I mean, I can't even say I should have done more research because this is actually like the only info that's really out there that I had, and what I've been presented from the documentary and everything.
Yeah,
it's like
I watched Joshua's documentary, and it's funny because people still say I called him ableist and stuff, and then they link me that video as evidence of it. And then in that video, the guy making the hit piece on me says I never called him ableist or even insinuated it. So their own evidence that they're linking to me doesn't even agree with the thing that they're saying. And it's just like, what are you even watching? Like, where are you getting these claims? And I'll tell you where. They're getting them from True, because till this day, he just continually lies and lies and lies about it over and over and over to just stay a victim.
Call him ableist in a tweet or something?
No,
like
I've never called him ableist or even insinuated it.
I swear there was like here.
Please find it.
Let me try finding. Yeah. I just
take your time.
I remember it was like a killer whale video that I saw or something. It was
Go for
like,
it.
You know who that is, right? He's,
he's a good YouTuber.
I wish he didn't quit. He was actually. You want to talk about good DVD content?
Yeah, his stuff is great.
Been like oh my god, I wish he didn't quit. Like, that's actually like he's probably my favorite DVD YouTuber. He just quit. Yeah, I mean, I get it. He doesn't like the game. He talked about it in a video. Oh, it's gonna take forever to find. Maybe I just won't bother. But I swear he showed like a tweet or something, and I was like, oh, that's kind of fucked up.
You know what? I probably know what you're talking about. And the only thing I can think of is it because True also would link this too as evidence to support him, but he didn't realize it's actually evidence against him. Because I think the thing that you're referring to is someone was talking about like the voice being used, and it was like, yeah, I don't get it, but you know what it could sound like. It's a gray area or something like that. he ran with that as me calling him ableist and left out the context of the discussion where I was talking to the person above me on Twitter, and we were both going, why the fuck are people calling this ableism? This has nothing to do with it. My own wife is doing it, and I was trying to defend her a little bit, I guess, and I said, well, I guess the voice is a bit of a gray area, just to give her, I don't know, just... My poor wife, I had to disagree with her publicly on Twitter, so I was like, I'll give her something there. But the whole discussion being had there was how what I was saying absolutely wasn't even remotely related to ableism. And again, I can prove that time and time again by showing the discussion we had before this happened, where I'm pissed off that he's condescending to people for disagreeing with him, and that's the only point of the thing that I ever made.
Yeah, I get it. I'm still just trying to find the...
Sure.
Hold on, I think... Okay, yeah, wait, I think this is the tweet. Hold on.
Okay.
Let me see. I got a screenshot of this. Like, this is not a gotcha or anything. I actually don't even know.
Sure.
Yeah, here it is. Okay, so this is like one that I see sometimes where it's like, I was watching your VOD to gauge your response to the video.
Mm-hmm.
You literally mock a dude who doesn't agree with you as if he has brain damage. What the fuck, man? Like, I mean...
Yeah, do you know why I typed that?
Why?
Because that's the exact thing he did. He mocked a dude in chat who didn't agree with him like he had brain damage. That's the exact thing he did. I don't know. What is the misinterpretation there? I didn't say, hey, you picked a disabled guy in chat and made fun of him. I said you're treating a dude who disagreed with you like he had brain damage, because that's the exact thing he did. I don't understand the confusion here.
Yeah, I don't know. That's one of the ones I see brought up sometimes. When people are like, "Oh, we did this," you know. Like, I honestly, I think I was genuinely just misinformed when it comes to some of this shit. Like,
that's fine. I'll accept that.
I can concede honestly on some of this, because I didn't know it was you know, ironically I say that people see things as black and white a lot, but I actually did see this as very black and white. This whole True Talent thing, because. But I didn't know he like started everything by, you know, like no one ever talks about that. How you know, he talked about the Bing, the Noed, you know, all that. Like what other spats have you guys had? Like what was the whole what made him what made you want to make that video on him talking about Swift or whatever?
Oh, because I felt his opinions were harmful because he wanted to nerf Survive with Friends, the sole reason survivors would still want to play Dead by Daylight at the time. This was around, I think this is around like Rune and Dying Tinker or something like that. It was close around there. So he was saying he wanted to nerf Survive with Friends, and I was like, that's not the correct way to do it. That's just going to make people leave the game and slowly kill it. That's very harmful to have that opinion. What you need to do is buff up solo queue and then make the entire game, you know, balanced around that. But he just wanted to punish people for playing with his friends, and I thought that was an extremely stupid idea.
Yeah, I thought his idea was kind of bad too, of like making gen speed slower if you're in a group. Like,
yeah,
you can see statistically, people in a Swift actually have like a pretty average escape rate, because a lot of the people playing just want to play with their friends. They're not like
exactly.
You know, Swift is still obviously the strongest thing in the game.
Oh, for sure.
When it's actually used to its full potential, but
no one uses it to its full potential. It's a very rare thing to encounter that.
Yeah, like honestly. Yeah, I get that. I didn't think that was a very good take from him too, and he also just played that nurse game really bad as well. So I get it. It's just like.
But look, I don't want to go over this whole history again. It's in the past. Okay. He seems to have moved on. I moved on a long time ago. So let's just leave it there, okay?
I get it. Okay.
I've only have a couple of other quotes from your video that I would like to discuss, and I actually brought this one up earlier. But you said word for word, own the fact that I've ruined many careers, and I need you to help me understand what careers did I ruin.
I mean, I was mainly talking about True Talent and his like Fog Whisperer status.
Okay, first of all, you said careers, which implies more than one, so you have to name one other career.
It's fairly exaggerated.
That's not an exaggeration. Again, that's just you lying. That's not an exaggeration, man. That's you just making things up and presenting them as fact.
I can concede to that, honestly. Like
Okay.
To be fair, like I don't know what the fuck I was thinking with that, honestly. Like.
Okay. Hey, that's fair.
Did I actually say that in the video that you've ruined? Because you haven't you mainly just
100% said that.
Okay, you just sit in your chair and just like I just don't like your content and shit.
Sure. That's fine. I don't
know
care
why
about that.
I
You're
wrote that.
totally entitled to not like my shit. I'm just calling you out on all the things you made up or either had zero information on and talked out your ass about. That's what I wanted to call you out about.
How did I like present that as a fact, though?
You said I should own the fact that I've ruined many careers. How else would you interpret that sentence, man?
I must have just been thinking about True Talent. Like,
Okay, let's even go over that. You know what? Let's even just play devil's advocate. Pretend all the stuff I told you today doesn't even exist. Let's. How would you even prove that I damaged his career in any way? You mentioned the Fog Whisperer thing?
Yeah, I mean, True makes a living off DBD, and he statistically got much lower views after you started like openly shit talking.
No, okay. So you and Joshua and everyone that made videos on this shit made the same dumb fucking mistake, and I'm gonna go over exactly what happened there. So. In 2020, he had about 2,000 average viewers. In 2022, he had about 2,200 average viewers. In 2021, when the drama happened, he had about 2,400 average viewers. So he was bigger than he was in 2020, but smaller than in 2021 when the drama happened. Now, someone that has no idea how correlation and facts works might go, oh, hey, look, he lost 200 average viewers in 2021. That was when the drama happened. Guess it's Scott's fault. No, what happened is every single content creator on the planet got a massive boost to their viewership from COVID. Look at everyone that exists. Me, Ott, every single person that exists, including True, follow the exact same trajectory of seeing an unnaturally massive boost in 2021 and then leveling off a bit in 2022. Except he actually was better off than he was the previous year before that. So he actually ended up doing better. This is what happened with every single content creator on the entire platform. Has nothing to do with me, and attributing the stupid drama we have to this day to his dwindling viewership is fucking asinine and is based off of absolutely nothing.
You got me, man. Like, I honestly, you got me. Like, the thing is, you still like, maybe not his career, but his reputation. Like, you still
okay, fine.
Talk about him you sort of talk about him constantly, though.
No,
like,
I don't. I don't talk about him constantly. The only time I have ever mentioned him. Oh yeah, okay. Are you talking about from like 4 years ago?
Yeah, I guess it was 4 years ago technically, but
okay, sure, yeah, I did then.
You were constantly talking about him. You know,
sure.
Like talking about him way more than he ever talked about you. Like, you had like
no, absolutely not.
Am I
he would bring me up. So True does this thing where he will very specifically talk about a topic so everyone knows whose we're talking about, but he doesn't say the name to absolve himself of the responsibility of directly naming a person. I can show you 50 examples of this. One off the top of my head. I remember Coconut RTS made a video where he said Trickster was nursed here. And obviously that's a stupid opinion. But so
when did he say that?
It was a while ago on the PTB or something like that. But he said that was a very stupid opinion. But True had his title making fun of that. Fair enough, rightfully so. It was a stupid opinion. I don't really fault them for doing that.
So you're saying he like sort of brings people up without actually...
He brings people up without directly naming them so he can absolve himself of actually carrying the responsibility of naming people. It's exactly what he does. He does it all the time. Another example would be the whole survivors are smurfing thing. He was focusing in on Aaron pretty hard, and in his comments, everybody was saying Aaron. So again, he gets to sit there cackling as everyone talks about who he wants to talk about, but he didn't. I didn't control this. Oh, they're just talking about what they talk about. He doesn't a single time say, hey, maybe don't do this. He reads all the comments and just goes, ha. This is what he does, and it's one of the many things I used to dislike about him. Again, he seems a lot better now, but one of the many things that he does.
So he talks about other people a lot without naming them, but still naming him the way that you did over and over again, and like calling anyone you didn't like a True fan. Doesn't that kind of seem like character assassination in its own way?
It depends entirely on the context of the things being discussed. I would have to see what you're talking about.
I guess so, but I've just seen like all sorts of just shit you said. Like you've talked about him so much. Like, so much, especially
because he was a fucking asshole and I didn't like him. Of course I'm going to talk about him a decent amount. What do you want from me?
I guess like I mean I talk shit about people all the time. It's just like it was just like there was this whole view of you and Zubat back in the day of just like you just like picking.
Oh yeah, because Zubat was included in that original thing. That's kind of how we like became friends. We bonded over True being a dick.
All right. Honestly, I get it. Honestly, like a lot of the shit was just I can't even say I didn't do my research because this is just not why you should have.
It's not something that you would have even had to research. I understand that, but again, proving that I don't want drama, and this is a definite proof that I don't want drama. I haven't talked about this because I don't want to fucking talk about it. I'm only saying it because you brought it up again.
I mean, I never said you wanted drama. If you wanted drama, you would be streaming this right now in your chat with me.
You're
cooking this guy.
You word for word in your video said, I get into drama constantly to this day. Word for word. So is that also a lie? It's like the 7th lie you've said in this video?
7th lie? I say you get the drama word for word because you just talk about the game. You don't really get into drama.
Gets into drama constantly to this day. That's what you said. Verifiably untrue.
I gotta concede a lot of this shit. I feel like I kind of like this is like such a cuck chair thing to say for me, but I almost feel like I owe you an apology. Like I still don't like your content and shit, but I actually don't know what the fuck I was smoking when writing that script. Like I might just have to. I could like make a pinned comment just saying like, because a lot of the other shit I've said about other people in that video is still true.
Mm-hmm.
Because I didn't. But yeah, like honestly, I don't even know what the fuck I was getting at with that. Especially the Cryotic late night shit. I don't even know what the fuck what that.
Well, look, you doing that removes a lot of the power I have over successfully like winning this. Because if you're humble about it, I can't rub it in your face. I just have to go, okay, that's mature of you, and we move on. So that's good of you to do.
I don't want this to be like a screaming match that goes nowhere. Like
no, I don't get into those.
I can admit that I fucked up. Like this is actually, I can't deny it. You just presented like shit. Like I didn't know about a lot of this stuff though. I didn't know.
That's
about,
okay. That's fair.
A lot of stuff with the true. I also don't know. This is just a W for you. Like I honestly don't even know why the fuck I said. Like talking about the late night shit. Like I don't know anything about Cryotic. I just know he's the guy. Was Cryotic the guy in 2016 who was like, I'm tired of being called a fucking rapist or whatever? Is it that guy or is it someone else?
No, that's a whole fuck. Just go watch documentaries and I'll talk about that shit. No, thank you. But look, do you have anything else you want to talk about? Because I feel like we covered all my pain points here.
Dude, I honestly feel like you kind of owned me. Like I didn't want to like.
Good for you. I'm like legitimately that raises my opinion of you that you didn't just go. It was 50-50. Who knew? Like, I appreciate that.
Like
Thank you.
This debate went absolutely fucking nowhere. Though, like that one was just us going back and forth.
I'm not going to comment on other people's debates. Just going to comment on the one that we had. But okay, I mean, if that's the case, then yeah, I really have nothing else to say. I think we can end this.
I'm known for having a pretty big ego, but I was wrong about like some of the stuff you brought up. I still honestly don't think. Like your content has a very good like impact on the community and all that. We can talk about that for days.
Sure.
I think it's just something we fundamentally disagree on.
Sure.
I can make a pinned comment on the top 5 worst.
You don't have to do shit, man. I don't care. This doesn't. Okay. You can say whatever you want. I truly don't care.
I hate slander. Like that. Genuinely, some of the stuff I said about it's vague. The stuff I said about you, like he does this and that. That is like kind of slander though. What I did to you. It's like
yeah, it is, but I don't know.
Really, it's not really like a big deal.
Yeah, I don't care. I'm not going to fucking send you a cease and desist. I don't really care. But yeah, it's good that you admit you did kind of do a wee bit of slander during this video. So that's like, thank you for admitting that.
Yeah.
All right. Well.
Yeah. I mean, I feel like for most of the section, I just talked about your content though. For most of it, just like that. I just some of the stuff that you quoted is like just little jabs I threw in, and I guess I just never expected this to be like put under a microscope like this. So I was like, oh, I'll just say that. It doesn't matter. It's just words. Blah blah blah. Like, I get it.
Well, you agreed to debate me, and I really like debating, so you kind of should have figured some of this was going to happen.
I mean, yeah, I'm not great at debating, as you can tell. I do it every now and then, but, like, it's not a specialty of mine or anything.
I think you're doing better now, because even being able to concede certain points, even if you don't fully, like, believe it, that's a very important part of debates, and even, like, trying to help people understand your side, too, is, I don't know. I just think you've done a lot better here than you've done in the past, so good job, I guess.
Okay. I mean, like honestly, yeah. The fucking fake video I made that was like the patch notes video is probably the last time I'm really going to talk about you significantly. Like I kind of just said everything I wanted to. It's the same with Spooks.
I genuinely thought that video was funny. I thought you actually did a very good impression of me. So you don't have to stop, man.
Dude, somebody, like, I just feel like I've said everything. I'm just being a dead horse if I keep saying, like, yeah, he makes most critical stuff. Like, you keep doing your thing, I'll keep doing my thing. But, dude, the pinned comment of that, somebody said you were going to fucking copyright strike me because your video.
That's fair
I'm not saying
use. You edited
Yeah,
over it.
right?
You can do whatever the fuck you want. Put dicks on my face. Doesn't matter.
It's literally just you talk. It's literally just you talking. It's like
Yeah.
like they're like you think he pinned it out of shame, but no, this guy's he's gonna copyright strike you. It's like no, he's fucking not. It's just stupid. But
All right. Well, that's all I had. Do you have anything else that you would like to discuss, or are we good?
I mean, so you don't want me to you don't want me to say anything like, oh, I was fucking. This isn't true. This isn't like blah blah blah. Like
I don't care.
Actually, I don't want to waste more of your time, but I'm genuinely just curious about the saucy true talent shit because like hearing that from another perspective was really interesting. It's something I've known about for a while, but I just never heard your side of it.
Yeah, I really do not want to go into that
You don't
more.
want to talk about it more?
It's so
Okay.
old, man. We're so over it. I just don't want to go over it more.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I mean, it seems like True's doing good nowadays. So.
Yeah, like I said, I actually have zero problems with him right now. He's actually staying in his own lane. He's just doing his own thing. Good for him. So, all right, I think
Okay.
we'll call it here. Thank you for having the discussion with me, and yeah, see you when I see you. Take it easy.
All right. Yeah. See you, man.
That ended way more amicably than I thought it would. What the fuck?